Got a good question here, and it is late night. And it's almost past for bedtime. Oh. Hey, Clary. My name is Anonymous. I'm 28 years old. The reason I am seeking a consultation is that I would like to know if I'm smart enough to pursue a degree and a career in accounting, or should I just pursue the trades? I'm guessing my IQ is around 107, which I calculated by averaging the three IQ tests I've taken, in which I scored 97, 100, and 126. The first two scores, 97, 100, were from the Mensa test, which had 35 puzzles and a time limit of 25 minutes. I took them about 6 months apart. The last score, 126, I got from the Queendom test, but it didn't have a time limit, so I'm not sure if it's accurate. Here I'd lean more. I'm not trying to make you feel better. I would lean more towards the 126 because you're able to do it. I remember taking, I think it was an IQ test, and there was no time limit. And I think it was the quadratic formula. It was, it wanted me to do. I can't remember, but I was like, oh, there's some I learned my sophomore, junior year in high school. That's the formula for this, but I forgot the formula because it had been so long ago. And I came up with a way to solve the problem. I remember drawing like a graphs and charts and blocks and moving them around. And uh, are you smart enough to figure out you're testing for intelligence, not how quick you are. And you prove that you did it. So now there are certainly IQ test experts that would, I'm sure, have an argument. Well, why is there a time limit? Things like that. But I do know the no IQ tests map on perfectly to one another. Let me take a look at the Queendom Queendom IQ test mean. Come and do a quick assessment. Oh, come on, really? This test has been around forever, and they don't know what the average or the mean is? I even have a video. How reliable is the Queendom IQ test? It's been quite a. It was a while ago, but it's actually it's one of the more reliable online ones. All right, let's try Queendom IQ test standard deviation. Oh, here we go. Classical IQ summary. It's right here. Mean overall 109. Standard deviation 18.6. So if we did a real quick one, you were 126 minus 109.59 equals 16.14. You're almost a full standard deviation, which would be like you have, quote, a real IQ of around, say, 112, 113. If you have the time to sit down and figure it out. And IQ of 112, 113, yeah, you're smart enough to do accounting. You might have like maybe there's a learning disability, which I don't really believe in those too much. No, you just got shitty parents, that's all. But you could actually have like a legit, oh, your brain just processes things a little bit slower, but then the raw computing power of your brain can perform at roughly a 113, let's just call it one standard deviation at a smart level. Yeah, you could do it. And then your other scores, there's varying levels of accounting. If you just want to be a bookkeeper, you could totally do it. Absolutely. I think you can even prepare some simple taxes. If it started getting into auditing or where you did some kind of complex financial, if you had to start understanding how the cash flow, how to reconcile the income statement, cash flow, and the statement of equity, that you might have an issue with. Even I had an issue with that. But I don't know, unless you're in high level accounting, you could become a bookkeeper. Yeah, I think so. I think you could become an enrolled agent. I think you could do taxes too. And the main reason accounting in general is not difficult. The math is not hard. The reason accounting is difficult is because it's tedious. It's boring. It's following rules and a lot of them. And when it comes to can I do accounting? It really is not so much a question of intelligence as much as how much patience do you have? Do you like chess? You know what? Do you like reading books? Because if you like chess and you like reading books, chances are your brain can tolerate the mundacity. Is that the word? The boringness of accounting. Hey, chess is kind of fun. Yeah, it's fun. It's a boring kind of fun. Yeah, and reading books, I know people like to do that. That's boy, activity. What a fun time. That's a blast reading them their books sitting down. Uh, but unless you were to get to some rather like master's level courses and uh, there's some concepts like understanding the difference between cash and non-cash expenses and how to reconcile that into cash flow from operations, which none of that makes sense unless you studied accounting. That might require a little bit, but I think you could do it. And what's great about accounting is not like you just, oh, you got to get a CPA or you just can't be an accountant. Like, no, there's levels. You could easily do entry level type of stuff like an accounts payable clerk or a payroll specialist or inventory, general ledger, bank reconciliations. Absolutely, you could do it. I'm pretty sure you could do it. From there, yeah, I bet you could do QuickBooks. You could put together some pro forma income statements. Software exists now to help aid in that. So yeah, I think so. I think you could. And there's ways, there's a Coursera course. Let me look it up. It's offered by Intuit, which is the company that owns QuickBooks. There's an accounting course. Take that. It's free. See how you test, see how you do. You'll find out quickly whether or not you can do it without having to spend a dime on a real college course or anything like that. Not to mention, you know, $8,000 on prereqs on worthless Marxist horse shit before you could actually go and get to your first accounting course. It's kind of interesting to see the IQ test. I don't know what crystallized intelligence is. I don't know what that is. So let's go through the rest of your request here. Oh, also, I just finished an introductory financial accounting workbook. There you go. I didn't have much trouble understanding. There it is. Yeah, if you could do the accounting cycle, which is, I presume, what your financial accounting workbook dragged you through, you should do it. I just found it a bit boring at times, but manageable. Yes, yes, coding is boring. You okay? Your options to make money are do stuff that is boring, like accounting or actuaries. Do stuff that is painful, like working on oil rigs or HVAC or physically demanding, painful jobs, or do things that are hard, like usually intellectually hard, becoming a nuclear physicist, becoming a surgeon. Those things are mentally, not some physical endurance, I'd imagine too. Those things are hard. There is no, can I just be a teacher? And then I'm not going to pay us enough. Can I be a journalist and write about video games in Utica? Why am I just now? It's a patriarchy. Yeah, it's you should embrace things that are hard, boring, and suck. They usually pay a lot. Um, but yes, that if you did the accounting right, it was boring. You did it right. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier, I'm smart enough to pursue as am I smart enough to pursue a degree and career in accounting, or should I just learn a trade? What do you suggest? I'm perfectly honest, I'd suggest both. Uh, but if you wanted to, if you were leaning towards accounting, I would do accounting. Absolutely, yeah. If you got through that financial workbook, that's a pretty good sign. I'd take the Coursera course. Search Coursera accounting into it. You should find it. Uh, Intuit. It's a software company. If you get bored, kind of poke. They might have like a free downloadable version of QuickBooks for you to kind of get a little bit of experience with. But yeah, I think you could do accounting. And oh, that's what I was gonna say. But it's not like you have to be a master at it. There's a gradation. So, like I said, there's entry level accounts payable, receivable, staff account, that type of thing. Then you move up, and you're closing out the ledger, making an income statement, balancing the balance sheet. Taxes is kind of a different beast. If you could go work at H&R Block, They'll give you training. You don't I would almost do that on the side. So, I don't know if they hire during extension season, which is September, October. But if you wanna not even waste your time studying something and not get paid for it, go to H&R Block or Jackson Hewitt, either this extension season or next busy season. Heck, you might as well stop in and say, "Hey, I know it's not tax season, but do you have use for I'm kinda interested in getting accounting. Is there, like, a part-time gig you got here where I don't know what they would do in the off season, but if you could do a couple people's taxes, take the training, you'll find out real quick, and then all of a sudden, oh, you got the training, now you got a little part-time work." And then the trade, I think you should learn a trade just to have something to do. I would recommend auto mechanics, not because you're gonna make a lot of money, but you'd save a lot of money. Yeah, and I'm starting to get to the point. It's not like I'm an accomplished tradesman by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm enjoying spending time in my garage more than I am in front of the computer. Of course, I do this all the time, and my I had to replace the fuel lines in my motorcycle. I was actually kind of looking forward to it. Get to wrench on it in the garage. I mean, not really wrench, you just cut it and with the tweezers you thread it on. But I kind of look forward to, oh, the blinker went out today in the car, not a terribly complicated fix. And I'm like, oh, I'd rather do that. I think every man should pick up some kind of trade. Not that you're licensed or can start charging to do it, but just so you can do it yourself. On a side note, I'm also more interested in healthcare and would like to become a physician's assistant. All right, that would be hard. A physician's assistant? That's like a doctoral level. Physi- Physician's assistant education requirements. Most require applicants to have an undergraduate degree. Most programs. What am I thinking? Oh, I'm thinking surgeon assistant. Um, 3 years and award master's degree. Oh, maybe I am. Um, God, how do you need? Do you need a doctoral education degree credential for master's degree? You do need you do need a master's degree. It looks like that's a whole lot of education. That's hard. That's biology, chemistry. That's hard. I would not do it. I think unless you really enjoyed medicine or the medical profession, I would probably do accounting instead. Um, and one, maybe, yeah, I think you'd be able to be a physician's assistant with that IQ level. It'd be probably challenging. I'm speculating. Like if you came in here with an IQ of 130, I'm like, yeah, do whatever the hell you want. Nuclear physicist, whatever you want. Um, you're 112, 113 effective, you know. What's the average IQ of a doctor? I know you're not asking to become a doctor. Average IQ of medical doctor. 120 to 130 range. Yeah, see a little below that. Yeah, I think you could do it, but it'd be challenging. I think accounting's a lot easier. Look, you're paid to be bored. That's what it is. It's like being married, okay? Um, yeah, you could do it, and I think, well, I know, well, the education crisis would be a lot easier. It's way easier to become self-employed as an accountant, and that means you could be remote work way easier too. The physician's assistant, you gotta be there, man. Oh, and dude, the certifications, the continuing education, oh, fuck no. Fuck no. I mean, you do you, but no. No, I'm not, no, not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. So there you are. All right, related. If you were wondering, is it accounting career for me? 3 hours ago, I published The World's Greatest Accounting Career on Teachable. This is a project me and Chad were working on. Finally got it done after many technical issues, none of which were my fault. So that is up and available for enrollment. If you want to learn more about becoming an accountant, you might, but you've already gone through the workbook. And if you take that Coursera course, I think that might answer your question. But if you want to know, okay, what are the next steps after? Do I go corporate? Do I go more the self-employed route? Do I go big time CPA firm? Do I go rink-a-dink? Pros and cons of each. The world's greatest accounting career. Available at the Clary School of Economic Philosophy on Teachable. I have it linked below, but if you can't find the link, you can always search the Clary School of Economic Philosophy on Teachable. It'll take you to the site. You have to click all products because it only shows 2 of my 5 courses. So you go to all products and you should find it there. All right. We got one super chat. You'll shoot your eye out, Frank. 5 Canadian. Got a sleep aid hack for you, Cap. Quarter to half tab Gravol. Stack with melatonin plus CBD. Best sleep of your life. Cheers. P.S. Dre is gay for Cap. No, Dre is straight. Dre likes the women. I take melatonin. I get good sleep. I got no complaints about my sleep. I take melatonin. I take a sleepy tea. Gravel. That's got what? Okay, I'll bite. I'll bite. Why not? Just gonna go buy my girlfriend flowers here after that, but it's super hot outside. Gravel medication, Dramamine. Well, yeah, of course it's gonna knock you out. It's Dramamine. Hey, you do, do you want to just throw a shot of whiskey in on top of it for good measure? Why not an actual sleeping pill? Should I run 20 miles beforehand too? How out do you want me to be? Knock out a fucking elephant. Oh, here we got at least Cappy. I'm currently studying to be an accountant. Should I also pursue becoming a licensed notary? Well, don't you just get certified for that? Well, why not? I don't think you even got to study for that. Don't you just go to the courthouse and get that? Like, oh yeah, I want to be a notary. Okay, here you go. All right, thanks. Yeah, I go ahead, knock yourself out. That's like when I'm driving across the United States. Should I stop at a Buc-ee's? Yeah, you probably should. It's not going to really throw you off your main schedule there. Not like you're climbing Mount Everest. All right, that's it. Link to the thing below. See you guys later, Toodles.